God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got a big video for you here on this Monday. I hope that you all will enjoy it. So, the latest cultural phenomena sweeping the internet is a rap song by a fellow who raps under the pseudonym Childish Gambino. And the song is called This Is America. The America presented lyrically and visually harkens to tragedies that have occurred in recent years and presents them from Gambino's perspective, while suggesting that you are being distracted. Now, as an exercise, I have a recommendation for you. As an exercise, watch the video with no audio. Then watch the video, add the audio in, then go and read the lyrics. Don't close your eyes and try to listen to the lyrics. Read the lyrics. I think it makes processing the artist's message easier. I want to say easier. It might not be easier for some of you, but give it a try. Now, for starters, the title, This Is America, suggests that what you think of as America is not accurate. The imagery and the lyrics presented drive home this message. And I want to start with the visuals, because this is in the order that I experienced this video. Video first, no audio. Graphic, tragic, and distracting imagery is used to reinforce the idea that America as you see it is false, and a distraction is being presented to you as either the real America or the important things in life. From the first characters in the video that are blissfully enjoying life to the distracting characters that are in the foreground of the video, constantly present throughout the chaos that they seem oblivious to around them. Speaking of chaos, maybe this is a little racist, but there seems to me, you watch it and tell me what you think, but there seems to be no racial diversity whatsoever in terms of the people that are participating in the chaos that goes on in the background. Perhaps this is a commentary by Gambino on the people that are participating in the chaos, but I'd hate to think that he is a racist. And just watching the video, my first time through, I came away very confused. But you add in the lyrics and you examine the words that are supposed to go with this imagery, and I think the message comes through quite clear. First of all, in the introduction, it would help if I would pull up the lyrics for you. I hope it's not going to do this for the entire video, but it might, because I found earlier that I wasn't able to zoom in on the lyrics. Okay, in the introduction, the picture that is painted is that America is just interested in having fun and making money. And then I should probably warn you before you go and watch the video that there is violent imagery, graphic violent imagery that is used in this video that might be disturbing to some audiences. So just keep that in mind before you go watch this video, because the transition from what this calls the bridge into the chorus is an execution of the first character that appears in the video. Violence punctuates the start of each chorus. Perhaps this is Gambino's suggestion that the only way to get attention in America is with shocking violence, with death and destruction, with tragedy, and you are missing reality while you are distracted. The line "Don't catch you slipping up" is used repeatedly, and I tend to think that this is a call to don't be distracted. Now, the first verse talks a lot about police on black violence. It laments the necessity of arming oneself in guns in my area. I got the strap, I got to carry 'em. Like there is no option in terms of carrying arms. That the world that Gambino is living in is violent and he can't escape it. And then we go into this refrain, and the refrain is interesting as well. I'm going to talk about it some more in a moment. First, I'm going to skip on to the second verse, because the refrains are the same. Verse 2 laments the addiction to social media and adoration on social media. It suggests, I think, that this is the number one distraction. It also laments consumerism. You know, we have, there are name brands like Gucci and Kodak and OAXACA. I don't know what brand that is. I don't know what they make. I don't know anything about that brand. But let's talk about the chorus now, because the chorus is interesting. I don't know if the refrain. I don't know if the refrain is a call to any particular political action, or if it's just a lamentation, again, of the things that are distracting Americans, according to Gambino. This could be a lamentation of people chasing money, but it could also be a call for reparations, with the lines, "Black man, get your money," and a line in the second refrain, "You cusses owe me," and I'm not, the word is obviously not cusses. And then the outro, if I can skip to it, obviously this is not all important, but the outro appears to lament the apathy and racism against blacks. You just a black man in this world. You just a barcode. Driving expensive foreigns. You just a big dog. I kennelled him in the backyard. So, you know, maybe it's just my opinion. You guys let me know. Is it just me, or is the song now, the artist's depiction of America, about race? He demands that this is about race. And because of this demand that it is not just political but racial, I think it demonstrates that a lot of things are left out of this picture of America. And we can talk about some of these things, and I want to get into some of the real numbers that are being omitted. And we're going to start with the police brutality issue. The number of people shot by police in 2017, according to, who was this according to? Well, the Washington Post is reporting, Washington Post database. Okay, so it's according to the Washington Post and their database, 1,000 people, not just blacks, 1,000 people were shot by police in America. Granted, that is 1,000 people too many. It would be, well, perhaps not. Perhaps some of those 1,000 deserved what they got. Perhaps some of those 1,000 were killers and murderers. Perhaps some of those 1,000 were assaulting police officers. We don't know. That there's no context given. It's just 1,000 people were shot by police officers. In a perfect world, sure, the police wouldn't have to shoot anybody, but I think it's a little disingenuous to say that 1,000 people were unjustly shot by the police. I don't think Washington Post is saying that. I'm just saying this could be something that is used out of this citation. Now, when you compare the number of people killed by police to the number of people killed by firearms, as you know, the left loves to cite the number of firearm deaths, 36,000 people were killed by firearms in 2017, according to the CDC. Am I right? I think I'm citing the right numbers. This is from 2014. Okay, so compare the 2017 police killings numbers to the 2014 all firearms deaths numbers, and that's 1 in 36 people that were killed by a gun in the United States of America died at the hand of a police officer. That's far from an epidemic. 11.3 out of 100,000 is not an epidemic. There's no epidemic of firearms violence in America, and there's certainly no epidemic of police killings in America. As far as riots go, particularly the riots that it looks like Gambino is portraying, that are participated in nearly exclusively by black people. They happened in Democrat-controlled cities, where a black male was shot while resisting arrest, resisting police orders. The black male that was killed by the police in all of the prominent riots of the recent years, the black man was no saint. I don't think it's racist to say that a criminal is not a saint, regardless of the color of the guy's skin. There were also mass shootings were portrayed in this video. There's a scene in the midpoint of the video. It's the scene that punctuates the beginning of the second chorus. The mass shootings portrayed in the video are only partially representative of reality. For one, no illegal weapons, to my knowledge, were used in any of the high-profile shootings in the last 5 years. And the portrayal in the music video is that an illegal weapon was used because an automatic rifle is used to simulate the taking of those lives in the mass shooting. Not all of the mass shootings were done in churches. I think that's a nitpick, but I don't think it's a nitpick to say that no illegal weapons were used in those shootings. The best critique of Gambino's version of America that he offers, in my opinion, is his critique of the obsession with popularity and approval on social media and his critique of consumerism. And I would just like to cite just one study for you. This published in the World Economic Forum, a study conducted by the Varkey Foundation. This survey, found that the happiest youth live in developing countries. That is to say, second and third world countries. That is what's the word I'm looking for? There's a particular word that I'm looking for that is to say criticism, but it's not the word criticism. That's a scathing rebuke of first world countries, that the youth in developing countries are happier than the youth in developed countries. The happiest children were in Indonesia, the least happy children were in Japan. And there's a big gap between, apparently, Far Eastern developed countries and Western developed countries, which makes sense to me simply because of the culture of Far Eastern countries, a culture of hyper-competitivism, hyper-success being the measure, hyper-economic success being the measure of a person's worth, compared to Western countries where success can be a lot more subjective. Not saying that the culture of Far East Asia is inferior to the U.S. for that reason. In fact, Far East Asia is becoming a lot more successful than the West because of the hyper-competitiveness of their culture. But their youth are less happy than Western youth. And what was it that makes these youths so happy? I don't know if you can read it here. The text is a little fuzzy. But being healthy and having good interpersonal relationships were claimed by these youth to be what made them the most happy. The youth of developing countries don't care about social media for obvious reasons, don't care about consumerism for, again, obvious reasons. They don't have as much time to deal with social media, they don't have as much money to use in the pursuit of consumerism. For me, the bottom line is, This Is America goes out of its way to paint the most disturbing picture of America as it can. To paint a picture of violence and chaos and apathy, especially in the black communities. That black communities are the victims of this violence, chaos, and apathy. you'll watch the video. I think that you will notice the same as I did, that there are very few, if any, white faces in this entire crowd. I'm not saying that the man is racist because he didn't use any white faces, but there were but that picture of America, there is no representation of 75% of America. These leftist progressives cry and whinge about the racial makeup of video games and film and television and politics, that all of those things need to be representative of America, but their own productions fail at being representative of the racial makeup of America. So when Gambino says, "This is America," he's saying, "This is my version of America." He's saying, "This is the version of America that I care about. This is the picture of America that I want to paint you." And in doing so, he leaves a lot of America unpainted, unrepresented. I do think there is at least one legitimate criticism in the video, in the song. But I'm not going to say, as some of the commentary in this column from CBS 8 says, I don't think this is one of the most beautiful, painful, honest pictures of art I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think it's mesmerizing. I think it is disturbing. I don't think it's beautiful. I think it is tragic. I don't think that Donald Glover is a genius. I don't think that this is game-breaking. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I'm back in the evenings. I'm going to make an additional effort to make sure that these videos come out the day the news occurs, in the evenings that they occur, because I saw my traffic go down a lot when I shifted to the mornings. I also simply prefer having my videos go up on the same day that the news is relevant. So again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. Come back next time, and God bless.